GM, welcome to this week's episode of the Fantasy Top Deck Building Scene. I am your host, The Carpenter. Alongside me, as always, two big brain individuals, HK and Crab. How are you, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Coming back from a little bit of sickness, actually still feeling a little bit down, but caffeine is keeping me going. So yeah, doing okay. How about you?
Doing well. I appreciate you uh, coming in, even though you're under the weather, man. Like I was saying in the green room, you and HK are like my go-to, so appreciate you. HK, how are you, brother?
Yeah, I had a pretty rough night actually. The little one woke up at well, to be honest, I wake up late on the weekend, so like this was early for me, like 6, 7 in the morning, and I was like, oh great. And then yeah, so my sleep was a bit it was a bit broken. But otherwise, yeah, I'm doing okay. Had a coffee before we started. We went live, so yeah, uh, doing well. And I don't know if any of you guys watch cricket, but I'm a big cricket fan, and the World Cup's happening right now in cricket, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so my
What is
weekend's gonna
cricket, by
be.
the way? I don't know what that is.
It's
Like, I
like
know kind of, but
it's like well, the closest sport in America is baseball, right? But
oh, is it
it's
with the flat bat or whatever?
yeah, that's the one. And USA actually have a team. I don't think many people know
They
that, but
can't be very good though, huh?
they actually are in the World Cup. They've actually won one game, interestingly.
What?
So
Let's go.
yeah, it was against like an African team that's not even good as well. So it's like but yeah, they won a game, right? Like
Let's
which
go.
is which is the first, I think. Yeah, no. So like how you guys have the Super Bowl, right, with NFL.
Yep.
In
Yeah,
cricket, the Super Bowl is Pakistan versus India, so two Asian countries that kind of have a political disagreement, right, at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So that game always gets bit like I think it's the most viewed individual game in
Oh
the
wow.
world. Like I think partly because of India's got a big population, right? I think it's the second
Mm-hmm.
highest after China. So like you obviously got to get a lot of people watching it, but then also the areas of Asia that are populated kind of watch it as well. So it's kind of one of the biggest games in the world, right?
Do you mean
That's gonna happen.
across sporting in general?
Yeah, in sporting in general, right? Yeah, and so that's gonna kick off in like about an hour. So uh, I'm looking forward to that actually. But yeah, no, before that, looking forward to just building some decks again. And yeah, how are you guys doing lately in tournaments?
Not doing so hot to the point where like I was telling you guys in the green room, my son wanted to open packs, so I ended up buying somewhat unintentionally. I didn't mean to buy that many, but I ended up spending like 0.1 ETH on uh frags and oat cracking packs, so about like 100 and some cards. Um, and hopefully gonna start doing better on rewards. What about you, Crow? How you been doing?
In general, not super. I think last week I actually kind of had a little bit of a better week again, though.
Let's
I,
go.
I I actually did well across the board. Let's say I came in 18th in bronze, silver I came in second.
Ooh,
Um,
let's go. You weren't first for a bit though.
I think
I was watching
Arcanus
that.
came back in the last I think it was like 24, 36 hours, pulled ahead by like a good 100 too though. So it wasn't even that close in the end, but held on to second. Gold came in 10th and platinum 24th. So across the board did pretty well. And I think it was just a lot of my low stars that a lot of low stars came through for me. So in all did all right. Did had like 0.377 ETH.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
did well last week.
Yeah, that's a dang good run.
I was telling you guys before, right? Like I it's been probably the second time in 3 weeks where I've started off great, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think after the first day I was at 0.45 ETH in terms of rewards. I had two decks in the top 10 of silver. I was in the top 5 of bronze. And then what happened was Hugo went off on day 2, I think. So did Davis, so did Tony, right? So a few things happened. And as a result, my ETH kind of rewards went to like 0.25. And I was just telling you guys how like every hour it just kept on dropping. And I ended up with like 0.18, which is quite decently good given my port size, right? Like I take that any day of the week. But I think that adrenaline rush when you know you're gonna get 0.45 is something else, right?
No, definitely. And it is, we were talking just how painful of an experience it is to get off to a slow start and just like, when heroes go off against you that are changing, that are completely revamping the leaderboard. It's painful to watch yourself, especially in the last 24 hours, just kind of slowly creep down and there's like no hope of it turning around. But I almost like won't let myself look in the first 24 hours just because I'm like,
I
this
need
is
to do that.
fake. Like I know I don't always actually enable myself to stick to that, but I at least it's a rule I try to have just because I'm like, it's all fake right now. This can't, whatever it says can't last.
Hmm.
No, 100%. But yeah, I think what I was saying to you guys before as well was I actually added a few epics just because I feel like there's enough opportunity in gold for me to like, potentially do well like every every 3 weeks or something like that, right? Like I don't, because the issue with this, I added a Lucas epic and I also added a Nick epic. And the thing is, with them two being like a 7 and 8 star, it's hard to like always have the right low stars, right, to compete. But I think there'll be like that 1 week where Lucas ends up being like a 6 or 7, right, and then Nick's a 5, and I think those are
Yeah.
the sort of weeks where I think I can potentially challenge in gold, and I think
And both of
like
those-
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, and I think if one of those, I think there's a good chance that both of them can do well in the same tournament, only because both don't rely on like crypto content. And I noticed the top 10 in the last tournament was pretty much most of them non-crypto related, content creators, right? Like Lucas, Adam Cochran, Greg, like even Jack to a certain extent, he's crypto, but he's I don't know if you noticed, he's starting to post more about Mr. Beast and Jake, Logan Paul, and clips about those celebrities, right? And those are the ones that are literally going viral, which is insane, right? Like you start off as a clipper for like crypto content. Now he's become like, like
For
a
Mr.
viral
Beast and stuff.
yeah, like Mr. Beast, and he's getting traction, crazy traction,
And
right?
big accounts are starting to copy him. Like I seen him. There's a account with like 200 and some K followers, like 200 and some K followers, and then Jack commented on there like, "Why are you always stealing my clips?" And I look, and it's the exact same word to word clip, basically just like changed the copy a little bit.
Yeah, I
In the
hate
actual
that.
tweet
Yeah.
itself. Oh, dude, that's nuts. Like that's how you know you hit it big. And Jack, like I remember when he was saying, he was gonna be one of the biggest. He's gonna try and become the. I don't remember the exact accounts, but there's a couple big accounts that he had watched that are Clippers, for like speed and all them. That he's like, I'm gonna be those X name, whatever of crypto, right? And he's far surpassed that.
He's been
Definitely,
quite
He's
consistent
amazing.
since he's come back in the last like month or so too.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was the bright
100%.
side of me taking all those cards, which it's great to have all those cards too, because now I'll be able to do more bronze. I got a couple, I think 2 Jack Commons. Would have been better if I got a rare, but yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And I was gonna
Nice.
say those are the two epics you picked up are both like top 5 potential. Like any given week they could end up top 5. So definitely. And
Yeah,
you might be able to piece them together for decks. Well, I feel like there's some good low star options. Like you could use them both in a gold if you with the right
yeah. So that's what I want to discuss today as well. Like when I build my decks, is maybe I look at gold and see what you guys can recommend, I guess, because
Sure.
I know Lucas is like an 8 star this week, and Nick's a 7 star, right? So it kind of leaves me with 10 stars. But there is a quite like I can't think of a week where there's so many low star options compared to this week, right? So
You can make it work this week for sure.
yeah, which is a good kind of like topic to move on to discussing, the tournament, right? I guess. And then what I'll do is I'll share my screen. Oh,
let me fix it. Let me
yeah.
get over there. Here we go. We just gotta click this. Boink. And
Nice.
where are you? Add to stage. Boink. There you go. Here, let me.
Yeah.
Switch.
So.
It's kind of small. Could you zoom in a little bit?
Oh, right. Okay. So I thought we'll discuss the 1 and 2 stars, because I do feel like that's where the options lie, right? Like I think Intern's like a must play, because every time he's been a 1-2 star, like he always comes through for the Fantadios, right? Like you I feel like he'll post just for us. Like it's come to that point.
Yeah.
So I think him at 2 is like a must because of his potential, right? Look, 7th in the 7-day because he posted after the tournament, right? So I do like Inter as an option, and Navo's interesting because I don't know if you guys are in her card holder chat. She
Yeah.
actually said she's going to be active next week, right? So I feel like if you've got 1 2-star that's going to be high ceiling, like you probably don't mind pairing both of them together, right? Because then even if Vo gets, let's say, 500 points, I think that's pretty solid, you know, like because you're getting a solid total across both of them, right? And you know, Vo obviously has a potential to score higher, but I think I like those two as like my top options in the 1 2-star range. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you in terms. I agree, and especially if you look at like first touching on intern, if you look at the recent tournaments and stuff, and actually a trend in general, very much like on off, like Makesy just doesn't
Yeah.
explicitly say it with top 10 top 10 upside. And
Yeah.
last week was an off and has just been posting regularly. I think I agree. A must play. I have high confidence in him this week. I'm also in the Vo chat, also on my radar. I'm going to add one more 2-star though, and I think that's Merp. Maybe a little, I guess, a little more risk on that side. But in the last, let's see. So in the last 4 tournaments, 2 of them have been top 5, and in the last 5, top 3. Yeah, and in the last 5 tournaments, 3 of them have been at least top 20. So I would definitely say that that's in my top picks this week, with 2-star being the heavy hitter.
I think Intern's gonna be my I will play him, and it's gonna be between Vo and Merp, right? Like Merp's content is such that he just spam a lot of stuff, like generally that something's controversial, something's literally like nothing related to crypto, right? Like relationship advice and stuff, like stuff that you don't even expect, you know. But like Rolls Royce, like his posts are just like one of his last posts is Rolls Royce in the hood. Wonder how that got there. Like it's so random, right? Like I don't even know what that means, right? So, but like if I was to go to the one that went viral, let me find it again, because he hasn't really been that active since that post, since the prior week. Like his views have been ranging around like 3K views. Yeah, so all right, yeah, it's related to Jeffrey Epstein, so I'm not going to read it out, but but like that is 6 figures, right? So I think with Merpage, you get these sort of like it kind of reminds me. He turns into like a Lucas in a way, like how Lucas posts. It kind of becomes like that, and it has viral potential. So I do think I think you're right on that one. I think on a lesser note, Honey as well hasn't really been doing well, but I feel like when you've got those 3 options, it's going to be hard to like pick Honey, right? Just because of there's not really been that much activity since she's come back, and the market and because her content is more crypto related. Usually that does well in the bull market where things are going up. When things are going down, like no one really cares about, you know, BTC's next leg down, right? As much as I want BTC to do well, I think the final one I'd mention is Fapital. It's a bit of a tough one because Fapital's really not done well, right? And it's kind of just off the back of this performance that I kind of think of him as good, but it has been like 40 days since he got that top 10 performance. So yeah, I'm not actually sure on him as well, because if you look at the 24-hour chart, 1 post in the last 12 days. I do think, you know, we've kind of made a pecking order where it's Intern, probably Merp ahead of Vo, and then you probably go Honey, Fapital, and Beanie, whoever you want, right? But I think one thing to know is none of them are 1-stars, right? So let's actually think of, you know, 1-stars, right? So who stands out to you from this lot, I guess?
To be honest, so I to that note, I'm going to be shifting more towards 2-stars for the reasons that we talked about, there being some options. Normally we talk about like 1-stars that, you know, Makesy's just not the top option. I think that there's hypothetically a chance that they could all post 0s with the exception of Makesy. Makesy's on an on week, of course. Not that I have like high expectations for performance, but I do think that there's a chance that all others blank, or it's just impossible to pick one of the others. I think, you know, sure, maybe Doombug goes off, but maybe Cyrus does, but the reality is they've all just been so hit or miss, usually miss, that I just don't have high hopes in my ability to pick one of them or to risk my higher capability decks on such risk. So I'm either going 2 stars, or if I really need only just 1 star to go with like a farming deck or something, I'll probably choose Makesy. I was actually thinking about, even in the King of the Hill, choosing Makesy as my 1 star, just the bet being everybody else blanks. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think Makesy post, like, I don't think picks Gleb, Vectorize. Like, Vectorize maybe, but I don't think there's even a ceiling there with his cards as well. So Web3 strictly updating on his own website. He doesn't really post on X anymore. DB, I guess, is that, risky one where he could come up with something, but I've kind of lost hope with DB now because of I feel like he sold his account, which we kind of pointed out a few months ago, where he's not posting breaking news. He's kind of just commenting. Like, there's not like a just in such has happened, right? It's more, the crypto market is this. Like, I feel like that tells me that he's not really doing what he used to be doing. So maybe he has sold the account.
Even that being the case, like, if he was somewhat active or even posting every other week, I think that he still does score okay when he does post, regardless of if the account's his or not. But the reality is, it's just so few and far between that it's still such a risk. Like that, maybe I'll take the chance in some like far down decks, but nothing that I actually expect to do well.
Yeah, I think these are I've got to that point where I've got many copies of these heroes, and I just feel like, okay, I'll just spam in bronze and hope, few combination of a few hit right. I think the one that I would probably go for anyways is Doombook, anyways, regardless of. I just feel even if she posts once, I do think there's potential to score like 500 plus, right? And that was in the tournament prior to the last, right, where she had a decent score, 82nd. I mean, it's not the highest, but you're right. I think there's enough good 2 stars which have a high ceiling such that the 1 stars might not even come into play, right? Like, but yeah, no, I think we can kind of agree on that one.
Yeah, it's risk, reward, and probability, and the probability is just so much higher in those two stars that's where I'll be placing my bets. But I agree, I'll play Doombug as well. But again, it's just probably in some ones that I'll hope for the best in spamming.
Clip that.
It's a tough market as well. Like, with BTC like going down, I think nothing's really hot at the moment as well. I feel it's hard to come up with enough things to post about to keep you interested. The reason why I said Doombug is mainly because she's a shit poster in a way, right? And it's not really market driven or anything. She can just post when she wants, right? And I feel like the rest of the heroes there, like DB, for example, he kind of needs something to happen in the market, right, for him to post some news. But yeah, the reason why my screen is blank is I'm refreshing because I moved the toggle to 3 and 4, and it should be coming soon. Yep, it's needed back. There we go. Okay, I'm in 4 and 3s now. But I looked at 4s and 3s before, and I saw Charlotte Fang first. There's been a lot of Milady content related to, I don't know, that the I'm a bit old in this sort of stuff, where the social media element. But have you heard of Clavacula? Is that how you say it? That social media guy, right? Have you guys come across that?
The name sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen it around lately, but I don't have any context to apply it to, like, or at least in memory.
Carp, have you come across it? The Twitch streamer, how you say it? Have you come across that Twitch streamer on that's famous in like, he's kind of become big, right? I think it's Clava.
Yeah. He drives me nuts.
Yeah, so the reason I mentioned him, because I mean, you must be thinking why I even
have him muted.
He attended a Milady party, right?
Oh, really?
And off the back of that, Charlotte Fang got some engagement, right? Which is why that score is 748 on the 7 day, right?
To go to that thing.
Possibly, right? But like, yeah,
I didn't know he
900.
went to jail recently, and I thought that was
Yeah, apparently he's been released again. But yeah, that
Unfortunate.
aside, but I do think there's potential in Charlotte Fang as a 4-star. If that sort of content, continues, right? Like I'm not banking on it, right? There's a reason why her common's not floor compared to usual. I've got 5 commons and I think I've got a rare, so potentially a 4-star option that could do well, right? Otherwise, I mean, we mentioned the Unipix a few times on the show, but he's kind of just dropped off, right? Like, first of all, his engagement isn't the best, like when he is posting, which is like very infrequent, right, at the moment. Like, as you can see, like I think he's got a pattern where he posts every 3 days at the moment. But yeah, I'm not chasing his card because I know there's not that, especially there's so many good 1 and 2, 2 stars that I don't think I need to. But I think Waz is a good option, right? Like I think he's someone where I can just see be active. Maybe take a week. Maybe he's taking a week off, which is fine, to be honest. Like no, in this market, you don't really need to be posting every week. But you can tell he's kind of taken off a week off and had a nice rise to 865 in the last year, right? Like I do think him as a 3-star paired with like a 2-star could be a play, right? Because then you don't have to look at the ones or another 2-star. You can probably just go Waz and Intern or Waz and Map, right? What do you think? Are you with me there? Oh
yeah, I think we're actually on a very like we didn't talk about this before, but yes, I think we are on the same page this week. So Waz and Intern are very key to my top decks, even across leagues. But I guess in particular, I was looking at just the kind of the stacks to build, and at least as it applies to bronze, I'm looking at like 2, 2, 3, 6, 6.
yeah, 100%.
And so very similar. So in turn, Waz being the 3. Actually, John Wang is my secondary 3, where there being a little bit more variance to that, but probably around the likes of like the Vo is like my secondary, or actually, did we even skip Ram? I feel like Ram is at a 3.
I feel like he's pretty good at
He's
3.
he's near the bottom though. I think I actually was like bullish on Ram.
Risk reward's good on him. I feel like potential
Yeah.
ceiling.
I feel like he's good when there's a runner. By runner, I mean like a coin that just goes crazy, right, in a week.
Which with the AI, that could happen, I think.
Yeah, and I think the reason he hasn't done good in tournaments of late is it's just he's taking a day off, like for example, like the 10th, comes back on the 11th. But then I feel like his post don't get that traction that he needs lately. So I do think with the limited options, let's just say it, like 3 to 4-star range isn't that great as we've seen it, right? Like we've talked about Waz. I mean, we talked about Charlotte Fang, who hasn't really been that consistent, anyways. I don't feel there's a lot of good options. I mean, they could do well, right? Like we might see a few hit 900. You never know, right? But I do think it's like based on the data that we've got, right, in recent tournaments, like Stowe, he's on private. Like a lot of this stuff along the bottom, like including myself, right? Like the market's kind of definitely had an impact generally, and but like like other weeks we've seen Jay hit the top 10 once. I think it was like 3 weeks ago. Moon also hit a banger like a few weeks ago as well. There's plenty of other options. Taiki, yeah, we mentioned Taiki a few weeks ago, but I think the market's kind of like just trading sideways. So I don't know if he has any like something major to post, right? I think that the other week where he did well
Taiki,
was,
right?
Taiki.
My screen glitched for a second
because he was short in ETH for a while, which is why I kind of felt he was going to post that 1 week, and he ended up top 20 range. But then I kind of knew he wasn't going to do as well following that, because when the market settled, then he's not really active in a trade.
I'll also say too that some of those absolute, like, they can pop off, like you even mentioned Jay, like Taiki, etc. But at 4 stars, I think that represents a little bit more risk, as opposed to like when those couple and some of the others that we're talking about are 1 to 2 stars. I feel like that represents at least more upside when you're pairing it together with somebody that is going to pop off. But piecing together with a 4-star just seems like a little bit more of a losing battle unless you just get crazy lucky.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. I think when I did go through the 3s and 4s, just as soon as the stars update, I was like, I'll give it a little thought. I don't think I should be aping into any of these cards right now. I think I already had was, so I was like, do I really need any of the 3-star or 4? So I was like, I'll just stick with that for now. And which brings me on to 5. And honestly, this is probably one of the the 5-stars aren't really that like they don't stand out as much as they would usually, right? Like especially when you see Icebergy at the top, because Icebergy hasn't really done that well on a consistent basis. I think Jez is probably one of the better options, right? Orangey, possibly CBB could go off, but what's your thoughts on the 5-stars? I guess.
Very similarly, I think I was looking at those. I think Kook and Mosey also have potential, or you might have actually mentioned Mosey, but Kook has potential as well. But similarly, it just in that middle range. You know, when I mentioned my general stack, like none of those. Yeah, 2, 2, 3, 6, 6 is my take. Like I'd almost rather take some of those lower stars because I just think that 6, as we'll talk about soon, just is more stacked. And I'd rather leave that star to take some of that higher upside, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think a shout out to Cozy because I think Cozy's actually done well, quite consistently on a recently. He got 7th, 36th. I remember when he was 36, he was like a 2-star or a 1-star as well. So like that stood out for me. And then 7th as a 5-star. The last time he was a 5-star, he got 7th. So there's something to know because sometimes we all know he has that viral potential, right? When he posts. So I think if you do see a surprise from somewhere in the 5-star, like I could see Cozy be up there, right? I feel like outside of Cozy, like it's just very hard to see someone like you hit a viral post. Like these heroes can hit 700, 800, but given that a lot of them are very crypto market driven, like Orangey's a meme coin trader. CBB kind of needs something to happen, like a launch, something to launch.
Something to FUD.
Something. Yeah, I was gonna say it's something to FUD. Like a lot of these aren't really shit posters or in any kind. Like Lucanets, not really.
At a 1-star, it was awesome last week, but at a 5 is not going to be my go-to.
Like Serp, like I love his content, but even him, like he does a lot of live streams, which kind of like aren't pushed as much as normal posts, right? Which then means your average views kind of take a hit. And I mean, you got Adam Holland, unless OpenSea launched TGE or something, I don't see him doing well, which is rare now, right?
We didn't know that they're launching next week. I'm just kidding.
I was like, what did I miss?
I just want to see what you had to do.
Kaleo actually quoted a post saying they were going to TGE. And I was like, and it said like
misinformation is the new cooker, like it's the new shit post.
And it wasn't even misinformation. It was a post from the exact date, but the year was 25. And I was like, okay. I didn't even read the date, the year. I read the date as February 13th. And I was like, have I missed something? Like, is it actually TGE? I had to like look over a few things. All I saw was FUD on the TL, and then I went back to the post, and it said 2025. I was like, oh, great. Yeah, I just should have read the year.
I do know they're getting closer. They're getting closer because I think that there's only like 1 or 2 monthly campaigns left or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, just random. I ended up having like I had 0.0092 or 0.0092 balance left in my fantasy wallet, so I decided to crack 10 more or buy another 1,000 frags. Cracked it and got a whales, like not whale mocha, like our boy whale, and then so enough that now I can upgrade him again. And also, what do you guys think? Like I know you just talked about Bonk guy. I'm got 3 of him now. I think I'm gonna push him pretty heavily in bronze. Probably not silver though, right?
Yeah, me and Crab probably aren't bullish, as you said. I think partly because of the market generally and his lack of posting. I think if you combine those two, like it just means his
guy,
his post one. Yeah.
But we know he does have like upside. It's just I think that like the trend is so off. It would just be more of a surprise than I think even some weeks ago I was still kind of bullish. I'm like thinking that if he could buck that trend, and I guess it just feels like it would be more of a surprise than like a mispricing on the 4 stars now.
Oh yeah, touche. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
I will play him in decks. Don't, by all means. Like it just not like something I'm looking at like
Deal.
strongly this week, I guess.
Heck yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Onto
that's
the.
like a lot of honeys too. Like I know we've talked about the 2-stars, but clearly Intern is the number 1 2-star, which luckily I have 1 rare and 2 commons of him. But honey, I have a like dozen honeys that I'm gonna play in bronze. And yeah, I'm just sorry. Yeah, I was replying to DMs, and that's why I wasn't able to like chat reply as much into the first few.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah.
honey. I'll do the same. Like, I've got a lot of comments as well. I'll probably play in bronze. I do think, like as we mentioned with Intern, Vo, and Merp being options, I do think I'd take those over honey. Just because her content is crypto focused, right? But yeah, definitely for bronze. Like who knows? She might just spring a surprise and do well. But yeah, it's very unlikely at the moment for me. I think at the moment. Right, Crab. I think you said the 6 stars are stacked, and you're right.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many options. I just don't know who to go for.
Really, even as you go into the second and third row, like what CRG's in the second row there, in the third row you have Tyler and Fishal, like truly an
And some
anthem.
of the fourth
Yeah.
row.
So that's why
yeah.
I'm trying to
wild.
leave room for some 6 stars this week for sure.
Katie,
Yeah,
I like Katie, dude. Like Kate.
Yeah, Kate's
Yeah.
good as well.
Cook. And same with Gout. Like Gout is been doing really well. If you look since the algo change on his thing, he's been cooking.
Yep.
Really well.
That's all like brushing up against 1,000, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think with Gout is last week he did have a bit of a downer. Like he just did a post for 3 days, which was
but still he
unfortunately-
scored 55 in the tournament, which is good for
Yeah,
him, right?
100%,
From where
yeah,
he was before.
Yeah, he did that one post right at the end, and he ended up scoring 55, which is pretty good given that he did it quite late, right?
Yeah.
I do think you got Alon. I think Alon and Gout definitely have the like that. As if they post, they should do 900 range, right? Both of them. And then you have like guys, heroes that are more consistent, right? Like Based, he kind of hits 700 or 800 every week. CRG, Ansem
Also,
probably.
Like, go ahead with the top ones. I have a couple contrarian ones that I think are gonna cook.
Kate has that viral potential because she kind of does like non-CT related posts every now and then. I can't remember the post that went viral, but like 2 days ago, which is outside of the tournament, and then during the tournament, right, as well. Definitely one. I think with obviously the AI stuff, you never know who goes viral, right? Legendary and Sammy continue to score pretty decently
That's
well.
what I was gonna bring up. Legendary and Sammy since the beginning of the open clock thing. I think both of them now. I didn't want to play them last week as 8 stars. This week as 6 stars. They're gonna cook. Like I'm putting my like that one week he did pretty well that I like put my eggs in his basket. Like I'm definitely putting the eggs in Sammy more so than Legendary, but because of follower count.
Yeah, I agree.
And Legendary does his streams just kind of hurt him a little.
For the different, yeah, I think that's the reason why I lean towards Sammy over Legendary.
Yep.
Is because Legendary does a stream every day, and
he should do it just on Modern Market.
Yeah.
Instead of having it go on his, because it would help his fantasy score.
Honestly, yeah, because then what happens is that score of like 2K will cancel out a banger, right? And then
because people aren't like they don't want to watch long form content. They want the clips, right?
100%. And then with Sammy, as you can see, like his content is pretty much strictly posts on the AI stuff. So one second, you guys
for a long time.
1 second.
Yeah. Like Sammy has been doing like, I don't know if you guys are subscribed to his newsletter, but his newsletter is like, it's been AI. So like I was stacking Sammy's because as soon as he became a hero, one, because I knew one, I like Sammy as a creator, and also because of the fact that AI was going to come back and not just as a crypto meta, but as a like global, not even a meta, but a global like sector, right? And grow as the global sector it already is. So he would be able to reach not only the crypto audience, but also normies, and like break out of the regular algorithm, right, of the crypto circle echo chamber, and that's what he's doing. And I feel like that's why he's going to continue to grow. His views are going to continue to grow. So when I see him at a 6, or maybe in the future, like a 5, it's like he's a must play for me.
Wait,
Yeah,
guys,
that's a really solid thesis. I wonder how that bullish that makes us, that like everyone that we're mentioning with upside, it's all like outside of CT influence. Like
yeah.
all of our top picks have to be able to have reach outside of crypto.
If you had to pick,
That's how you know we're deep into the bear, boys.
yeah, if you had to pick 3, the top 3 of all this lot, who would you pick?
Gout, Kate, Sammy, lock it in, and we'll touch on this next week. So we're gonna clip this and touch on it next week. See who's right.
Crab, who are you going for?
All right, let's see.
I'll just
going
keep going up and down for you.
Gout, Elon, and let's see. Ooh,
Ah!
CRG or Ansem is a tough one. All right, I'm gonna go Gout, CRG, and Elon.
Nice.
Can I make a quick change of mind? I want to take Kate out and move it to easy because I prediction markets.
Oh, nice.
No take backs.
I think I'm gonna go with based 16Z.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go base 16Z. As much as I hate to say it, I don't think Alan will post. I have a feeling, and I'm gonna go Gout. So Gout base 16Z
is the
Jesse.
consensus.
I'm going with Jesse.
Ooh, so you're going heavy in the base.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of AI stuff happening there. So I think Jesse based and Gout.
Correction, all the AI stuff is happening there on chain.
Pretty much. And then Gout, Alon, and I think you said CRG or Ansem?
I said CRG. Ansem was my like close third, but yeah, I did go CRG in the end.
And then Carp says Sammy, Easy, and Gout. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So the consensus play between us is Gout. That is the one.
Yeah. I think partly just because
like his low is 55 in the last 5 weeks, man. And
it's
that's
just AI content. It goes off, right? AI content, and you know, he must have seen the Elon Stimmy that comes in every 2 weeks, and you know, why not?
He's
right?
Like, give me some of that.
Right? Like
he's one of the few that actually like Elon will like retweet and stuff as well, isn't he?
100%, yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't just quote, like he has Gout is really good at the, like he does shit posting, but and it's like crypto relevant, but it's not strictly crypto content, and it's able to outreach to the point where like you don't see Elon post a lot of stuff about crypto, tweet crypto stuff. So like he usually probably stays away from those types of creators. But like someone like Gout, he doesn't really post a lot about crypto in a sense. So that's strictly viewed as crypto, right? It's like can be viewed from multiple angles, right? Is what I like about his posting style.
100%. Yeah, so I think 6 stars, like we just discussed it there. There's just so many things that can happen. Like we just don't know who's going to come out on top. But I think what that does mean is that you may not necessarily need like the 7 and 8 stars, right, in every single deck to do well. So which makes it a bit interesting, right? Not having to have Cochrane and Greg and all those in the deck. But I think the 2 heroes that I did want to mention that you probably haven't considered because they're high stars now, quite consistently, is Verzila Loon, who's kind of becoming like hitting viral posts pretty much consistently, right? Obviously, we were all used to seeing him as a 1-star, but his floor price has gone up as well because he's a cheap alternative, right, to some of the other top end 8 stars, right?
You're right.
Did you guys catch on that one? Yeah.
What Verz?
Yeah.
No. I was just taking a look at his chart as you were going on, and he really has been sneaky in the top 25 the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row. That's
correct. Yeah.
Because in the past, he's just been so unreliable that it's almost like in my mind he'd been written off, or unless like you take a chance on him as a 1-star. But I think you're right. That's a good call out.
And the next call out is Base Dom. Like again, you probably haven't seen him much, but 11th, 4th, 18th, 33rd. He has not been under 6-star for like a few weeks now. And if you look at the 24-hour chart, 891, 8926, 912, right? Again, as you can see, he's not exactly a floor hero. So he's another one that's sneaky as well.
Whoa.
Him and Verzaloon. Although I don't think they'll be that impactful this week, it at least means that you can probably build a very cheap deck that could possibly do well, right?
You know what's wild about that? So I literally cracked like 5,000 frag, probably closer to 10,000 frags with the cards, and I didn't pull a single base dom. So his inflation's
Yeah,
super low.
inflation's gone. Yeah, even Verzaloon, I don't even pack him anymore.
Oh, I didn't pull a single one of him
I
either.
used to burn. I used to
Both.
burn his card like more streaks. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those that didn't really like. I wasn't really still convinced. I still have a one rare Verzaloon, and I don't think I even have any base drum cards. But it's just something to know. When I do pack him, I'll probably keep him now more than anything, rather than burn those. But yeah, I'm trying to refresh my screen because I want to show you guys my gold deck. Interested to see what you guys think, but just give me a few seconds. Any other heroes you guys think we should have mentioned that we missed out? I guess covered quite a lot there.
Yeah, I think we generally covered it from my perspective.
Yeah,
Nice.
likewise. The only one. Well, I wanted to ask because I think I missed it. Probably, I think when you guys were going through fours, I was jumping back and forth to help my 7-year-old with her coding, AI coding, right? She had a question, but anyways, Ryan Selkis, what do you guys think of him at 4-star, real quick?
Oh God, I think Selkis is.
I like him this week.
He could do well, but I just don't play him. I just don't like his content. Like, I don't. He posted something very like I don't even want to mention it on the stream.
Oh wait, if he posted something bad, now I feel horrible for bringing him up. See, I don't keep up.
No.
He often like finds this gray area between ethically, I don't know, between ethics, but I feel like he really jumped it on this one. And,
yeah, did he?
We don't even.
Is that why he did well?
Yeah,
is because people were pissed.
I don't even know, man. I'm not going to.
I don't know.
Yeah, even we'll jump past that.
Yeah. Honestly, when I saw it, I was like, is he? Like he used to be like that Misari guy, head of Misari crypto when he first joined as a hero, and I actually didn't mind his content. I know he was a pro-Trump supporter back then, and everything was pro-Trump, right? But like, Cochrane was pro Kamala Harris, right? So I didn't really go read much into it, but his content since then has just become like it's just getting worse and worse. And his recent post, honestly, like I was like, yeah.
And he's doxxed too, right?
Oh yeah. No,
like, I don't know what he said, and I don't want to. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones I have muted, not for his political alignment, but just because, like, I think, like, I don't remember why I muted him, but he's one of the ones I muted. I have for a long time. But yeah, so I'm glad I didn't see that because it sounds like it was not something good. But yeah, we can move past that. But yeah, let's definitely see your gold deck.
I was so I started off Lucas 8-star epic. I mean, these are the only 2 epics I got, so I really don't have a choice there. Obviously, I went with Intern because I feel like if it's my best deck, I have to go with Intern, right?
You have to.
Then I'm left with 8 stars, and I'll tell you what I was thinking, right? Because we've talked about how good the 2 stars are and how good the 6 stars are. It kind of makes sense for me to go 2, 6, right?
Yep.
As my options, right? So initially I had Based and Vo, right? Because I felt like Vo's definitely going to post. Intern should post. So, or at least I'll get a score, right, with this. But then,
yeah.
After hearing Crab mention more about Merp, I was like, do I really go with Merp instead of Vo?
So who do you like, guys? Both like better, Merp or Vo?
Well, I think that there's a little bit more of a trade-off there. I think Merp has the higher upside, but more of a risk as well. Where I feel like with Vo, actually, had Vo not posted in like that group chat, I don't know if I'd have. I think it would have been like a straightforward Merp. But
oh, did she post that she was going to post? I'm in that chat. I just haven't looked at it.
Yeah. I think and I don't think it was that like she was going super hard or anything, but I think it was that there was a high likelihood that she'd be at least active in posting this.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
at least somewhat of a reliable. So and I
Alright.
think that it depends how far you want to push it and how much risk you want to take. The other option, yes, that's what I was going to suggest. The other option is
Yeah.
what 5-star options do you have if you want to throw a Waz in there?
Yeah, that's a
And
good
you
shot.
know,
I didn't
like
even consider Vaz.
if a
But
CBB
I'm surprised they
or
didn't pull a
RNG
Waz either, man.
could be an okay mixture as well.
yeah,
Didn't
I
pull a
think if
single
it
Waz,
was
damn it.
Vaz, I think I'll have to edit a few of my silver decks actually because I just did autocomplete and it literally put Gout in every single deck, which is why I can't see Gout as an option. But
Yeah.
like if I like I was thinking where's Gout and I realized if I clicked autocomplete in every single deck in silver and Gout's in every single one of them. I have 4 rares as well. Like I should have one, but yeah, I feel like if I do the trade off, I'd go Gout Vol, given that Gout has upside, or I'd go Merp and a safer 6-star. The reason I say that is just because Gout didn't do well in the last tournament, not because I don't think he's a good option. But as you can see, Gout is literally in every deck. So what I'll do is I'm going to delete the one with a Vaz. I'll delete this top one, right? Because he has a Vaz rare and a Gout, so it can give me a bit more of a inkling on what to do for this gold deck. So like if I delete that and go, I do think if both of them like go like the high ceiling option would be Gout Merp, right? Hands down, right? Like it just
Yeah.
seems like, you know, if these go off, them two can get top 5, Inten can get top 10, Gout can get top 5, and Merp can get, you know, top 20. It can literally hit like 7,500, right? But I feel like because I only have one gold deck, I almost want to get something out of it. Do you get what I mean? Like it's that.
Yep.
Like if I had 5 gold decks, I wouldn't mind. But I think I'm gonna keep Gout just because I feel like last week was a bit of a one-off where he came in a bit late. So maybe I'll go Gout on Vol. And
I like Gout. You have
know,
to have Gout in. I feel
because I feel like if these four get if these four. I feel like if these four get like somewhere in the top 15, which is possible, right? Lucas, Nick, Intern, and Gout. I think even if Vol gives me like 400 to 600 points, I think that should get me top 10. I think it should. But obviously, if you go with Merp, it's definitely a great option, right? Because, you know, he can definitely mix it in the top 20. But I think I'm going to settle with that for now. I could have gone the Waz route, but I just don't. I feel the 6 stars, the gap between the 5 and 6 is too much this tournament. Although if you think about it, like if Jez does top 20 and Waz does top 20, then it's definitely a great option. But I just like the idea of playing it safe, but still having heroes with high ceilings, right? So I think I'm gonna go with this. And you know, if Merp does well, I'll probably regret it, right? But
it's funny you say that.
I mean, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say it's funny you say that because I mean I think that the logic completely tracks there, and given your goals, I think that that's the right decision. I would have gone Merp. I would have gone for broke and accepted that there's more downside, but really just wanted the chance to be like one of, you know, a top 3 deck or something like that. But I accept that given your goals that's probably the right decision.
What is real quick? What is up with Fapital? Like, is he MIA again?
Not sure, really. I think a little bit in between.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him
days.
for now, but for 12,
barely on the 24-hour chart.
Yeah, that's what I see. Just one little blip now that you said that. Dang.
I don't think there's zero hope or anything, but
yeah, I threw him in a good deck, but
not super high confidence deck.
I remember you mentioned something about bronze being like a 6/6, 3/2/2, right? Okay, so let's say I do mix it up here and do one with. Let's say I change this one, right?
That's a lot of risk on Junebug, in my opinion.
That was autocomplete. That was autocomplete.
May not poke.
It was autocomplete. I was just trying to like get them done quickly. As you can see, I got 4 common interns, so I definitely have a options. But I think, you know, some Merp, like I can probably build a high ceiling deck here. Like I got Merp, right? Where's Bars? There he is. Now I feel like it's just a combination of the 6s you go for, right? Like I don't have any Gout commons, right? Like that's just gonna be a an issue for me, right? This tournament. So like if I do take base
There are a
and
lot of good
Jesse
six
out,
stars, though. Like we talked
Alon,
about, though, I think
okay. Okay, so yeah, I think I've got a few of those. Like I've got Based, I've got Kate, I've got Alon, Jesse. I think out of those four, I need to pick two based on what I've got options. I feel like I'd go with. I think the bias with Based is that he's got the highest score out of a lot of them, right? But like I said, like I like the idea of him. The fact that he's hit 800 plus every tournament. Sorry, more or less every 2 or 3 days, right? Like it seems to be very consistent. Does that mean he'd do better? Probably not. I wish I had a gout. I'd probably pick up one, to be honest, because he's not that expensive, is he? Right? Like, well, I say expensive,
No,
but
'cause
most
he
cards are
had a
cheap now.
lot.
Well,
Well, he's at like
possibly
0.0. He's actually
like
up quite a bit, but before he was, but he's like 0.0015. So like quite a bit above floor. But I think he's worth it as a common.
Let's see if I do autocomplete what it does. Yeah, I'm going with that. What I had. I think I like Jesse as I feel like he's not really a contrarian player, but I feel others might overlook him compared to. I feel like everyone's gout this week. I feel like everyone's.
Yeah, I overlooked it. I didn't even think about Jesse until you said something, and that's I like the thesis on that too because of all the AI agents that are being launched or that are using base. So
yeah, I also think Brian might quote him or even anything Coinbase related possibly could do well. But yeah, no, I do think gout. The reason why I think he's the must-have favorite option is because of his post might go outside of CT, right, and can definitely get top 5, which is a lot different to a hero that can get top 20, right? Because that's comparing 950 to like 800, right? It's a big difference. And I think those are the stuff that matter in bronze because I think what you see nowadays is a lot of the decks are similar, right? Like ultimately that 50 points here and there is the difference between top 10 and top 50, right? But yeah, I think I'll go with something like that, and then possibly if I do the exact same thing, probably here. Potentially, so let's see what else I can do. 3. Yeah, I can't look past what you said, Crab. Like 6, 6, 3, 2, 2 seems like it's going to be the winning. It seems like it's going to be the winning combination up here.
I do think you could make an argument for a 7-5 as well. But like for example, yeah. I just think that there are fewer 5s that have the upside potential with it just being like, or in probably a little bit lesser likelihood. And also, like, actually, if you think about it, now that I'm kind of thinking through it right now, those 6 stars that we talked about, a lot of them have like top 10, top 5 upside even. With the 5 stars, I just don't see it except on like a, if they really have to hit it or something for that to happen. So where I think those 6 stars are much more likely to hit the top 5, top 10.
100%. Put it this way, they probably have to have the best tournament ever. Like, yeah. And it's like, fair enough if that happens, right? But
and a lot of those 6 stars are on base with the 7 stars as well. So I don't think that there's like a drop off there, in my opinion. So
definitely. I think I'll leave it at that. Like I said, with silver, I'm not really sure yet. I've done a bronze. I'll probably change my gold. I think that's my gold deck for the tournament. Unless something crazy happens, like someone gets suspended or something the next day or two. Or so. But yeah, do you guys want to do a few of your decks? Like, I'm interested to see what you want to do in Plat, Crab, or even your gold deck, because I am a competitor now. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually put a few together between last night and this morning. Let's see. I'll take a look at bronze real quick, just because that's what you were looking at here. And so I did one of each in terms of like the 2, 2, 3, 6, 6. I did Alon and Ansem here actually, but again, like just a ton of 6-star options. I like your decks just as much as this. So, and I'll probably try to actually, I'll go ahead and change this variation here instead of the 7-5 for the reasons that we just talked about, and try to hit in a couple 6 stars.
Ooh,
let's see.
Got a few
Gout.
More. Yeah, you got Gout. I don't.
And let's see. There's Tyler, Jesse, Elon I mentioned, and CRG as well. So I think I'm gonna have to stick to for consistency purposes. I'm gonna have to stick with the one my top three I called out earlier.
Alon,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm gonna go CRG here just because I have Elon's rare that I snuck in earlier. So these
Is
are
that
the
bronze?
top
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. All
Yes,
right. Okay. Nice.
this is bronze here, and let's say I have Merp in this one, and then Vo in this one, and I think I only have one Merp. I think a little bit ago I did quite a lot of burning. There was a while ago, like months ago, that he was really just not active at all, and I had a bunch of Merps, and I think I did a lot of burning, which I heavily regret this week. But um, yeah,
We've
I'll
all been
move.
there.
I think I've been a little trigger happy as well. Just with the
Same.
values just complete like dumping. I think I've just been, valuing everything a little bit less. So let's see. So for this is one of my silver decks. I went 2-3 on the low side. I was in turn. I feel like having the higher upside and being some of my core components for this week. Gout, Elon, and Tyler here. I can take a look at some of the options. I do have, of course, I have some of my my rares in my gold deck as well. But Sammy could be a really good one this week as well, which Carp called out before. And I still have 2 Fijaos as well. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but what do you guys think for this one?
So you've got, is it Gout and Alon so far, right? As your rares.
Yes, I need to. Elon and Gout.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, I think Tyler could be a good contrarian play because we haven't really mentioned much on him. He's kind of been a bit up and down lately. I do think Kate and like base will probably give you 700 if you want to play safe. I think 700-800.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right. And
Honestly,
I do have 2 Kates here as well. Like that's hard to. Kate has been doing well.
What did I like at 6? I think I mentioned based. Yeah, I like Jesse at 6. I know you don't have a rare there, but I like the idea of like Jesse, Gout, and Alon. Like I think that's maybe one of my decks as well. Just Jesse, Gout, and Alon, just because I feel like the upside with those. Like I feel like Jesse will be active, and then Alon and Gout probably top 15 potential. So that's the way I was thinking. But with your 6 stars there, I think Tyler probably has the highest ceiling in terms of potentially getting top 5. But I do think, if you're going with Gout and Alon, 2 risky options, I'd probably go based. Just because I always play it safe, as you know, with my gold deck.
I feel like silver is so competitive, though. Like I think I'd rather. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Let's see.
Go with what you.
I'm gonna stick with my gut. I chose
Tyler,
I chose Tyler earlier, and I think I'm gonna stick with my gut.
I think that's.
And the truth is too, like I made my platinum and gold decks first as well. So this is actually, let me go to platinum first, just because that was the order that I started with. All right, I'm going to get rid of this one for now. So this was the first deck I put together. For legendary, I started with bread. Just my reasoning was from my options this week that Mega ETH still pretty new. Like feeling that there's a good reason for him to continue being quite active.
Yeah.
Let me pull up his 24-hour and stuff as well. So he is starting to trend up week to week right now. The last couple weeks in a row in the 50s. Honestly speaking, like if I'm being really critical of myself, like this right here, that 6-star, we just talked about so many amazing upside 6 stars, and I don't have the legendary version of any of them. I think if I really wanted to go for broke, I think that would be the upgrade I'd really need for this deck. Which I think, is a tough ask. I could see what's out there in the market, but there's a big jump between a potentially like 22 to 2300 star or points to what I'd be like hoping for somewhere between 1,700 and 2,000 for this one. But otherwise, you can see I have Intern here with the 2, Waz at a 3, and 2 8-stars that I think are pretty reliable here as well. So
yeah,
still a solid
I
deck.
think
but
that's good. I think the top first 4 cards, and then like you're kind of asking Brett to have his best ever tournament or something to like challenge, I guess, for the top spot. Because I do feel like there's it's very competitive in Platinum, especially with Tom, who kind of like does a lot of buy-in as well, so it's hard to compete with that. And also Pavel and a few of the other guys, right? King of the North, a few of the other guys that I see at the top. It definitely makes it a lot tougher. And the legendaries are very like mispriced, or they're just priced too high, or yeah. I wouldn't really.
If there was somewhere around like I don't know 0.15 to 0.2, like somewhere in this range, but I would actually jump for it this week given what I have. But I think it's probably unlikely. Then going to gold, let's see.
Dude, those are bangers. Like, holy
Clemente, Mert, but then still, I actually had the rares. Normally, I start with the epics and then work my way down. But just given the cores of my deck this week,
if that doesn't win, bro. Jesus.
I mean, to be fair,
That's
like
good.
Actually, if I'm being critical, maybe if I put an 8-6 might actually be better than 7-7 as
Ooh.
well. If
I know your rares are really, really good. Like, who would you go 8 or
wow.
8-6 though? Because 6 is really strong. Like if you did Jack Epic, that'd be nuts.
Let me get rid of that one and see what I could do here. You know, I'm gonna screenshot these and just actually I don't think that would be influenced right now. So
was that your gold? Oh my god, like that's so much better than mine.
Now you know how I feel, HJ, after when we were doing silvers all the time. Like that's why I always had to go first, because once I seen yours, I was just like, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I think with Crab's range of epic 6-stars, it just makes it tougher for me. Yeah, but I kind of need every single thing to hit the right things I want.
Yeah, to be fair though, I think some of the things that I miss. Actually, what if I do this? So what if I actually I'm going to go ahead and delete this real quick. I kind of have to play around just because my epics, I do have a lot of epics, but I feel like I'm missing some of those 6-stars to make it work. I'm going to delete Intern as a 2 because maybe this is my way to fit in the top players with that potential. Use the 6-star. Where's Gout? All right, got Gout here, CRG. I have the Waz, and now I have room for an 8-star. Feel like Adam Cochran. How do you guys feel?
Right, you got Intent Epic. That's it. I was thinking you had so much room for the rares. So, yeah, I mean that's good because Intent's a high ceiling 2-star compared to the other 2-stars. So I think you going that way probably could work out. I've gone the other way, where I've got Intent as a 2-star rare and a Vo rare. I do think Waz over Vo probably going to give you an edge there. I think the difference lies in, Adam Cochran really get top 5 compared to like a Lucas. And most weeks he does outperform more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Lucas gets top 5 all the time as well. I think that's just a matter of chance, really. And if I had all the cards, I would actually prefer, like yours, to have Intern as the rare, and then use the 6-star, one of the 6-stars that we mentioned, as the epic. That's just given what I have. I'd actually be okay with this because Intern does have that upside potential.
100%, yeah, 100%. Any other week, you'd probably say like you need your rares to be the low stars, but I think this week, as you saw, I think when Intern was a 1-star the other week, he ended up in the top 15, I think. So, yeah, I agree. I think that this one really has high upside.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I would not do the same. I do have an epic Vo, but I would not feel comfortable like with the Vice, like switching those 2 out. Like if I was using Vo as a 2-star, it would have to be rare for sure. The one other note that I was kind of making, I was looking at my stats last week, and really, in terms of where my decks were finishing in terms of points and the payouts, I was actually realizing that a lot of the gold and platinum decks that I had I put them in the diamond league, ones that were I would have gotten better payouts in diamond for similar score counts. So I actually might try to do just the top couple decks in platinum and gold instead of spamming those, and then really try to put more in diamond this week. But probably by saying that, I'm skewing it out of my favor. If enough people are listening and want to do the same, but I'm going to give it a try this week.
Nice. Carp, do you want to go through a few decks? So
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, again, it's not as spectacular as your guys's, but share screen, share fantasy, share. Let me get back to here. Competition. All right, so here, let me delete that one that I was working on. Actually, I don't think. Hold on, I could probably get rid of this one, this one, this one, and say this is all recorded, so I can go back and look through it. These three I'm going to keep. Actually, this one I have a question on, anyways. So we'll just go like this. We're going to go doink and doink. Okay, so these three are my rares. Like, no complaints there, right? And like I have a lot more because when I first created these decks, here, give me 1 second. Let me go like this. Because when I first created these, I didn't crack all those packs. So I've got a lot more to play with now. There. So for commons, I feel like here, like I kind of want to go thread guy. You think thread guy is better than?
you can't go thread because then you won't have any. So you got 7 stars left.
I'll be done. I'll be done. Duh. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I'll have to go 5 then probably. I can't even go 6.
I was gonna say, because as we were talking about for a farming deck, maybe that's okay, and you have Makesy as an option. But I think for your top deck, that's not your best
not
bet.
good. So I think like a 4. I want to go 4-3. But
what 2-3 star options do you have available?
2 stars. Do I have it rare? Let's see. I have to go like this. I
feel
legit now that I can actually do this. I don't know if I have it as a rare. Oh, I got a bunch of honeys. And I have Fapital.
Oh, you got both rare, not both common. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd almost lean towards well, let's see, higher upside with Fapital. Honey,
do
probably
we get off of the
board.
You got.
I wonder if we get off of him and go another like a Clem to get another star.
That or one of the 6, like even Sammy could be a really good option here as well, or Kate. Yeah, I definitely agree.
ICO, but ICO. I love ICO. You're my boy, but I feel like even Sammy has higher upside currently. But let's go there.
See, now you have a little bit more room to work with.
We do.
For sure.
And
9 stars.
What are your 3-star options that we talked about? Because there were a couple. Do you have the Waz or even like a John Wang?
I wish I had Waz. I've got a Wang somewhere. I know I do. I just don't know where he is. Hold on, let me go like this. I think he might be.
Bronze decks that are alive.
I think he's a rare. Did I have some bronze open? Oh no, I think I deleted them all. Yeah, I did. So I think I have a rare whatchamacallit. Here, let's go here. Wang. Yeah, I got a rare Wang. You think he's good to put in at rare or no? Not really.
I would have said common might have been the better option. Potentially. Just I think that when you have that 6-star and all the potential, I think you want to lock that 6-star with your rare.
With my other rare. So go. Where is she? There she is. I kind of like Newsy here. Let's see what this does real quick. So this says Newsy and that. Newsy and Wizard of Soho. But who do you guys think is the best 5-star this week?
Do you know?
What's up?
Do you not have an intent comment instead of a rare?
Yeah, I do.
That's a good call.
Because I feel like you have more.
I feel like I'm a big boy now that I've gotten my.
Okay, so
I have to search to find.
And then if you just take Kate off for the time being, and put Clem there, what does that leave you? So you got 8 stars. If you put another 6-star in, Kate, What does that leave you? 2-star. I think adding a Vo common there would be nice.
Do I have a Vo
Others.
common?
I bet Vo is on the cheaper
I
side.
used to.
Yeah,
I
she's
used
probably
to
on the
have
cheaper
Vos.
side.
Let's see. Marketplace Vo.
Because at least then you know you've got a deck there that will definitely
She is
score.
on the cheaper side. Let's...
Whereas I feel like if you play a Honey or someone like that, you might not even reach your
Here, let me
potential.
get rid of something real quick. Or yeah, here, let me do this real quick. Or here, I'll put Honey as a placeholder, and then I'll.
Yeah, I think if you put Honey as a placeholder, I definitely think, like, I know you could have gone intern rare, but then you always left with like a 5-star common or a 3-star or a
Yeah.
4-star. And we've already said, like, I mean, anything can happen in a tournament, but like I feel like if you definitely have one deck that's gonna, you
Do
have
better
that
than the
confidence.
rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
So
like
this
that.
one, and then I want to go intern rare. I think I have multiple. Yeah, so I still have another intern common. Intern common. I want to go Jack common here also. Or should I save him for
Is Jack an 8?
Yeah.
I would try to fill the others in first and then see how many stars you have left rather than trying to fix this. It maybe if that was like the rare, that could be a better lock, but
yeah, so maybe he is best for bronze. We're all the field's level, right? There's only one rarity. Love you too, baby boy. My son woke up with me at 2 a.m. this morning, and then he just took his nap, which I don't know how he does it. Like, he curls in bed with me and then ends up waking up shortly after I wake up, which makes me think I need to switch my sleep schedule back to something more normal. Yes, son. What's up, Bubba? 1 sec. I gotta get his computer going again. It turned off. Here, you want me to get it going for you? I think I unplugged.
HK, you there?
Yeah.
Turn on
some
yeah,
other
so like I kind of want. Let's see what this does here. So we'll get rid of him. Boop and boop. What do you guys think of CL actually? Because CL, I like CL, but they've been like MIA, haven't they? Like for a while. They got MIA. Oh, hit pretty good there, but nothing compared to what they used to do. But ICO, I feel like we have a better 6 than ICO too. We'll go Sammy. I'm still on a big Jazz bandwagon for some reason. But Jazz is good. I like Jazz.
And then 4. You have to play with a 4 here.
Yep. I want to lean towards CL or Ignis here.
CL, Ignis. Who else did we set for? We said Charlotte Fang. But
I don't have any fangs. I also like Cold Blood Chiller lately, but they don't know how to. They have
I don't know the last 2 weeks, but before that, Cold-Blooded Chiller had actually been quite consistent in the higher mid range.
It is. Mommy's awake. You can go in there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of him? Like, I like Patty Ice too, but again, I think he's kind of in the same boat.
I think that upside is rare. I think there was 1 week he went off, but I just think that
it's been all my consistent heroes I was stacking up on kind of stopped being consistent. Here, let's go like this. Let's get rid of him. Let's go like this. We'll put Bo Rare in, and that opens up a few more doors. It leaves me with 7, but I don't really like that. 7.
I think if you take intern common off, right, and Volt Rare, just take Volt out and put intern and star platinum in. I don't know if you can do that. And then take Sammy off, or take Gout off. Sorry. And yeah, start with that. I think you need to put them to. Yeah, you need to put intern and star in the same deck. Like that. That's potential to do very well, right? I think then you have to somehow fill out the rest with 30 stars.
Either
now you can either go Vol Rare, which would then give you like so many options with your comments, right?
I would.
Wait, what did you say? Both of you. Sorry.
I think HK had said a Vo Rare. I was going to suggest John Wang Rare just because I thought there was more upside there.
I like the Wang Rare actually too.
both represent.
And I was thinking of a way to sit him in, and I feel like there's more spots I can put Vo in the future. But Wang, I feel like if Wang does well, this deck has really, really high potential.
I think either way, you should be able to fit the like that Gout 6-star in now, though.
Yeah. What did you guys think of this? Just because, like,
think-
I feel that's risky. I feel like
I would prefer Gout at a 6 because it gives you more leeway instead of
yeah.
having to rely on Honey as a 2. But that's just my opinion.
And then I would want to go one of these, or not him, but one of these two are what I'm leaning at 4-star. Because he's been really consistent. Like, not as consistent. All my consistent. Yes, son. What's up? I love you.
HK, do you disagree? Do you think I could tell you're leaning towards Vo more instead of John Wang, or
Let's see what that does. Vo here. Let's see what Vo does for me. Wang, we do know Vo's posting this week too. And then that leaves us with an extra 1-star, which like Orangey. I feel like
Orangey. Yeah.
I like Mosey here.
I think the upside is probably similar for each of them. Maybe Mosey has a little bit more upside. I just think Orangey is more likely to hit.
Yeah, let's go that. We'll lock that. And then I want to get a John Wang in with you guys real quick, and then we'll. Hey, I hear the beep. I think we just got a. Where is it? I just heard a beep. Oh, HK joined again. Dang it! I thought it was.
Oh, did he fall off? I was wondering where.
Yeah. Oh, because I told the molt. She's like, sorry, I woke up late. And then I was like, yeah, you can still join. We're still on. So I thought that was the molt hopping in for the last few seconds. But yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Top of the hour.
Yeah.
Now we can hear you.
He's back.
Oh yeah, my screen just froze. Honestly, I don't know where we left off. I think you were talking about. I actually forgot what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up locking in Vo.
I was asking
This is
you
the
about the
deck we
John
went
Wang versus Vo in this one, but
yeah, this is the deck we went with. You like that?
Yeah, I think that was it was a tough one because you didn't have a common. It was you kind of had to play, yeah, and you kind of had to play both as rares into and Vo, and also because the 4-stars and the 3-stars, me and Krabby, even we were discussing it before, like outside of Waz, there's not really that many great options.
Yeah. I'm kind of avoiding 4-stars this week in general.
Yeah,
see,
I'm the same.
If it wasn't for, see, look, because like on the weekend, he does better on the weekends. Babe, you don't have to return these. You can use it in work. My daughter, I swear she says.
Just ping him in the DMs. Tell him.
Quit doing your streams on your channel.
Strategy, yeah.
Because dude, he's like he bangs, man. Like, but I think here I'd want to go here again. Which, if you would have told me a couple months ago that I'd be picking Sammy rare over an ICO Beast rare, I would have like laughed. But I feel like I kind of like this. I don't know about CBB, but I'd go Jez over CBB. But I like this. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that potential, given that Merb can do well.
I think that's still pretty strong for a third deck. I might have chosen CBB over Jez, but Jez does have the same potential.
Actually, let's go. Actually, I have Jez in another one. So yeah,
let's go with your gut, man. You don't have to change it for. I think either's a good play, but
I also see. I'm probably gonna the ones I never change are the ones we make here, and we're gonna have to wrap it soon too because I hear the whole family's up now.
Yeah, same.
I hear my I think 1-year-old is
pretty strong deck.
Oh yeah, and I appreciate it because you guys the decks we make together usually do the best. I don't know if you can hear him, but yeah, my youngest. Oh, you did find my glasses. Thank you, baby boy. I love you.
But I think we've gone through pretty much like every sort of angle in terms of deck building and the different leagues as well. So like I said, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. My first gold deck again in a while, so yeah, hopefully a good result there. But no, it's been a great episode.
Definitely good chatting with you guys. Good luck, everybody, on the decks this week. Do you guys have any other final points before we log off here?
No, not currently. Yeah, there's the low stars. Wait, just real quick to touch on. What do you guys think? 2, 6, and what would be the third strongest tier, or star category this week? So 2 and 6, obviously, and then what would you say the third?
I mean,
Three for me, but
it'd be safe for
specifically
8,
'cause
right?
Oz.
Well, no,
safe for
aside
8.
from 8, aside from 8.
Yeah, I think it's 2, 6, and Waz.
2, 6, and Waz. Okay, that's perfect. 2, 6, and Waz.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, gents. We'll see you guys next week. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. And good luck everyone on the tournament. And we will see you guys again next week. Thank you, gentlemen. As always, you guys are the GOATs. Bye.
Yeah, good luck,
Bye.
everyone.